everybody, I'm Debbie Allison and this is Crazy Felix and you're watching Polymer Clay by Deb. Hi everybody, welcome back to Polymer Clay by Deb. I'm Deb, this is Crazy Felix as you know. And today he is sporting his little St. Patty's Day tie because St. Patty's Day is just around the corner. Anyway, in today's video we are going to do part 1 on how to cover these jars that we showed you in our last featured video. So to start with, you're going to need some of these. These are makeup remover bottles or jars. They're plastic. They are Almay makeup remover. And this is what they look like, and this is the makeup remover pads that I use. And I've been saving these for a very long time thinking, well, there must be something I can do with these, and sure enough, this is what I came up with. They're just plastic, and I wasn't sure that you could bake them in the oven, but I tested it and they work great. So anyway, they're very simple to just get the labels off. They just peel off. They're not stuck on there. Too difficult to remove, so they just peel right off. And the top peels off as well, and you just have a blank jar. So it's that simple. And then the bottom, Miss Tinkerbell, okay, come on, get down, baby, get down. So the bottom has the UPC coat on the bottom, and that's kind of hard to get off, but then I thought, well, you know, there's really no need because we're going to cover the bottom with clay. So that's what you need as far as the bottles go. So the first thing that we're going to need is our clay. And this is translucent clay mixed with white. Normally I just use white, but clay is very expensive and I had a lot of translucent that I don't use left over, so I figured for the videos it'd be great. So this is just rolled out to a 1. Then we need a tile to bake on, an X-Acto knife, and then I'm going to use a couple of straight edges, and then I'm going to texture the clay. And here are a couple things that you can use to texture the clay with. This, I may have bought this at Michael's, I'm not sure. This is a brayer, and it comes with these removable little rollers that have a pattern imprinted on them that you can roll on your clay. This one has snowflakes. This one just has like, I don't know, just a textured pattern. This has hearts. So we'll be using these. Then you can also use these that you can purchase at Michael's as well. These are just your little textured things for molds. And then this is another one, clay texture sheet. And this is from Studio, and this is another clay texture sheet. And all you do is you just press them into the clay. So those are nifty little things to have when you're working with clay. So now that you know what we need, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this part, I usually stand up because it takes a lot of pressure to use these brayers. And what we're going to do is, I already have this clay rolled out. I'm going to take the brayer and just roll it really hard across the clay, like so. I'm going to roll it back again. As you can see, it's really hard to get that pattern in there. I'm going to pull this off and do the top piece. This will be the piece for the top and the bottom, although you really don't need to have a textured bottom. So you just roll it, like I said, put a lot of pressure on it. And then we'll just move it. Alright, so we're going to start with the top. Actually, we're going to start with the bottom. You take your jar and just put it on top here. I'm going to take the lid off and just take your X-Acto knife and go kind of cut around the bottom. Okay, and I'm just going to take that and set that aside. Now for the top, we just actually we'll leave it off. And we're going to put this over the top of your jar, like that, and just press press it down, and we're going to take our X-Acto knife and go around the edge. So you can see I'm going around the edge and just pressing and going along the edge with my knife. And you continue to do that until you have it all the way around. Okay, so I'm just finishing this up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you can... Now I'm going to just kind of clean the edges and press it around the edge and trim. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if you wanted to, you could take your brayer or your texturizer, whatever you're using, and go back over it a little, because when you were pressing it, you actually lost some of your texture. So you can just go around the edge like that. Alright, now it's time to do the top. And to do the top, you need to put, or the sides rather, to do the sides you need to put your top back on, and you need to take a straight edge of some sort and measure from the bottom of the jar to the bottom of the lid. And I've already measured, and it looks like it's about 1 1/8 inch. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 1 1/8 inch. So I'm just measuring with the straight edge for 1 1/8. And I'm going to cut a piece. Alright, so that'll be my side. Here again, you may want to put your texture back over it. If your clay is softer, you'll get more texture. Now, I'm going to put the bottom of my jar on, set my jar back down on this tile, and take this piece and go around the edge. And I'm going to take the X-Acto knife and cut a piece off. And then here where they looks like they're going to meet, I'm going to trim the edge off again. And then I'm going to pick it up and press all of this together. Now, one of the things you want to make sure of is that your lid is going to come off, because you don't want, the last thing you want to do is bake your lid to the side. Now, I baked the whole thing together, but it might be a good idea that after you're done that you take your top off and bake your top separately. Okay, so really that's all there is to it. Now, I'm not going to bake this yet because I'm going to do the, put all of this stuff on it, and then I'll bake it. Now, if you're going to do something like this, where you're going to glue something to the top of it, then you need to go ahead and pre-bake it. Then you can glue your buttons, your doggy treats, cat treats, candy, whatever you want to the top. And then it has to be baked first to do that. But if you're going to add polymer around the sides and to the top, then you need to leave it unbaked. I just brought this jar in here because I forgot to show you guys this when I was doing the other video showing you what you could do. So this will actually be another video that we're going to do to show you how to do this one, and we'll also be showing you how to do these other two. So in the meantime, that's all there is to making the jar. Okay, so that concludes part 1 on covering our little makeup remover jars. And we want to thank all of you all for your support. We've got 20,000 subscribers now, and we're hoping to get up to 30,000, aren't we, Felix? I think Felix is part of the reason we have such a large fan base. But anyway, thanks for being with us. Like, subscribe, please comment. In the future, we give away all of the things that we make in our videos, so you need to be sure that you're subscribed so you'll be notified when we're doing a giveaway. So until next time, Polymer Clay by Deb. I'm Deb. You just saw Crazy Felix, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now. So anyway, you start with the jars, and these little labels that are on here are pretty easy to peel off. I lied. Oh, cut. So the first thing we're going to need as far as our materials go is our clay. Now normally I would use white, but this is translucent mixed with white because I had a lot of it left over, and the clay is very expensive.